This is what my weekly food shop looks like, and in today's video I thought I would show you the exact foods that I've been eating now that have helped me gain muscle, optimize my performance in the gym, help me stay healthy, help me stay lean, keeping my energy levels up. In this video I'm going to be showing you exactly what foods I eat and the type of meals that I've been cooking. Let's go. The easiest meal cooked in literally 15 minutes. This bicep isn't going to grow itself, so we need protein. Okay, now every single thing that we have here is pretty much organic and natural, which is super important, especially when you're following a diet within the gym or you just want an overall healthy lifestyle. Trust me, spending that bit of extra money on decent quality foods will make all the difference. So as an example, we've got a fresh sourdough loaf here, which literally contains a few ingredients, not like these store-bought breads which are just full of different chemicals and preservatives. You don't need it. We've got a dragon fruit, we've got some avocados, we've got free-range natural eggs from the farmer. We also have potatoes. Now, I normally get my potatoes from a farmer, but they didn't actually have any today because it was a public holiday. So I've had to go and buy them from the store. We've got some milk, all of this Thai beef, which is crazy. The prices over here for beef, especially ground beef, is just insane. The same with steak. We've got our Greek yogurt, natural honey. Now, I've decided to opt for some oats recently because I've really been enjoying yogurt bowls with oats. And then we've also got granola, which is something I've added in. Now, I also found these amazing overnight oats, which are literally £1 from somebody local from here. So I've been getting a few of these, and you know, I'll have one tomorrow and then I'll have this one the day after, and of course water. I thought I would just show you every single thing that I have bought for the next part. For the next part of this video I thought I would not burn myself on the stove. I'm gonna show you dinner. I use a non-stick pan, and you don't need any oil if you use a pan like this because you don't want to be putting seed oils into your body, okay? This is the beef of choice this evening. We've got our parmesan, aka raw cheese. We've got an avocado, which I could only get my hands on one, which I think's about ripe. So hopefully that's going to be all right. Okay, I didn't realise you can see me. First of all, look at the lighting. You see these muscles? This bicep isn't going to grow itself, so we need protein. I'm going to have 2 eggs tonight because today I've already eaten chicken, Greek yogurt bowl, and yeah. But I've absolutely been loving recently having a baked potato, but I don't currently have an oven, so we are actually going to be putting them in the microwave. Normally I put it in one go, but oh, there we go. Okay. There's so much food and everything that's so cheap and accessible. Sometimes it works out more expensive to cook for yourself, but then at least I know what is going in here. The main 3 things I love to use is pepper when I'm cooking my mince. Pink Himalayan salt for electrolytes. If you know, you know. Now I love absolutely dousing this, if that's the right word, I don't know. And then garlic powder, my absolute fave. Now I let this cook on this side for a little bit, and then I switch it over before I break it up, just to allow it to harden a little bit. Add a bit more pepper on this side. Now, I find a lot of people always say, like, oh, it's so time consuming to cook at home and blah, blah, blah. But if you're efficient with how you do things and you have a good setup, then it actually doesn't make that much of a mess and it doesn't take that long. So, for example, my potatoes are in. They have about 10 minutes left. This is going to cook in approximately 5 minutes. I'm going to get my bread. Been freshly cooked from the bakery, the sourdough, and I love it. And do you know what? We're going to spice it up tonight. We are going to do a tiny bit of garlic when we put our butter on, because why not? So yeah, so now this has cooked a little bit. This is when I break it up. Now this is 250 grams of beef. And I find this is the perfect portion amount for me. Because of course your girl is just feeding herself. Now it's actually got to the point where I'm craving this meal every day because it just tastes so good. And I don't wake up bloated. I don't even bloat after eating this meal. Would you believe it? Well, yeah, you should believe it because it just shows when you eat good. This is why I got so obsessed with eating healthy, because you just feel amazing for it. And no matter how much people tell you and say, oh, like you should eat healthy, you're going to feel so much better, unless you feel the benefits yourself, that is when you're only going to truly know and want to do it, because you realise how good it feels. So before, you know, I used to love going out for dinner, especially to Italian restaurants. It was one of my favourite things to do. And, you know, I ended up going out for dinner like 4 or 5 times a week. Of course, not only do you spend loads of money, but you also end up consuming a lot more calories than potentially, depends on the individual, you should. And I found that in my case. But now people ask me to go for dinner and I'm like, oh, I can't, I've got my meal planned, because I just love eating good and I love knowing what's going in my food. Not feeling bloated or fatigued or groggy the next day, just overall feeling amazing. Okay, so now I just let that sit for a minute. I've got it on like a high heat. Do you know, I feel like, you know, like Good Morning Britain, if anyone knows what that is. Like when you're getting ready for school and you watch them do the cooking, like this is literally how I feel right now. I'm going to cut my avo. Perfect. That is what we want to see, is it not? That is just lovely. A little trick for you when cutting an avo is you want to slice it down. Once your avocado is sliced, I love just literally getting a spoon, and if it's right, it should just come straight out. Perfect. That is what we want to see. Now I will save this for tomorrow's dinner because I don't need extra fat. Okay, that's looking good. A little bit of salt and pepper on the avocado. Hence what I was saying about timings and things, is that our eggs can cook whilst our potatoes finalise. So there is our mince. And as I say, there's no oil in here. Bit of pepper in the potatoes and pepper on everything because I love pepper. Like, yes, raw cheese can have a lot of fat and it can also bring up your calories by quite a bit. I'm not going to lie about that. It is also a good source of protein, and I love cheese. And there you have it, the easiest meal cooked in literally 15 minutes. So we've got our potatoes, 2 eggs, 250 grams of beef, avocado and organic sourdough. Let's dig in. Oh, this just looks amazing, and all the cheese has melted onto the eggs.